All right, loungers, welcome, welcome, welcome to the show. Make sure that you guys are hitting the like button on the way in. I know that you guys will be piling in soon. But before I get up on that stage with this Princess Shakim tonight, I want to react to a video that he made today, okay, which I thought was really funny. I didn't hear the whole thing yet, but I've heard certain parts of it and I got to react live to this shit. I had to put a stop to it and react live to this because nigga, you are the most sensitive princess I have ever met in my life, okay? But we are going to talk about this princess stuff today and get right into this, guys. I am not going to be long. I just want to get into this and go over as much as I can. But again, make sure that you guys are hitting that like button and also that you guys are subscribed to the LV the snake man. I mean, excuse me, LV the showman tonight because me and Shakim will be debating on the show tonight. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is actually add this to the video. You guys will not be able to see it because I do not want him to try to strike my channel because he will do something stupid like that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to play the audio and we are going to react live to the actual audio, okay? So bear with me one moment as you guys are piling in. And again, make sure that you guys are hitting the like button on the way in, all right?
It's Blog Lounge Entertainment, and the time is right with T-Pre.
So, child, this princess is out here in his motherfucking feelings about some really stupid, childish shit. And he likes to lie so motherfucking much. He loves to lie. It's funny because I caught him in a lie today. I showed you guys the lie, okay? And he still went live and told you guys some more additional lies. So we're going to go ahead and just simply go right into this and talk about this right now, okay? Again, you guys will not see the video because I refuse to let him try to strike my channel, okay? But we are going to use fair use on the commentary, so and fair use on the audio. So I am going to put up my fair use banner so that we don't have any issues regarding that. And again, make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Okay. Yes, we are going to have a discussion later. Hey, Samba. You said let's call it a discussion rather than a debate. Yes. Okay. We can do that, Samba. We can call it a discussion. But right now, we're gonna call this a princess reaction, okay? Because this nigga is a whole princess out here. And yeah, I just need y'all to hear what the fuck I heard. Okay. So let me go ahead and play that now.
Doesn't understand what is going on, how we got here, and why we're in the place that we're in today. So let's back up. Let's go all the way back to the beginning because in order to understand the end, you have to understand the beginning. So in the very beginning, me and T-Pre, we had a bond over the fact that we were both at one point in time Jehovah's Witnesses, right? So that is honestly how we formed our bond.
That
We
is
formed our
true.
bond off that.
That is true. That is true. Okay, let's continue.
And she would often come around. I was actually a content creator before she was. She
Correct.
would actually come to my panels. She would, come talk shit to, the Umar supporters and stuff like that. So I thought she was a cool chick. Never would have suspected, that she would bring so much chaos into my life. So I always looked at
What fucking chaos have I brought in your life? Like you live in Michigan, sir. I live in Delaware. What the fuck chaos have I brought to you? I'm not sleeping with you. What the fuck are you talking about? But we're gonna go ahead and let you continue.
her as like a big sister or like an auntie. And in some ways, she was very motherly. I mean, she's only 5 years younger than my mother. So I
Exactly.
always had
Exactly.
reverence for
So
her. She
exactly. So I'm not understanding where all this alleged chaos has come from. But we're gonna go ahead and continue. Because like I said, y'all, like I said earlier, this nigga likes to exaggerate shit and make it like make shit bigger than what it really is. And it really ain't that fucking deep. But we're gonna go ahead and continue.
She presented herself as like a very professional woman. She, said she was a banker. She said she has 6 children. She raised most of them by herself.
All of this is true. Yes. Okay. Continue.
So I thought she was very respectable based on what she told me. So,
and again, all of this is true and proven. Me and mine dox my kids, so y'all know I got 6 kids, okay? And I doxed myself and showed y'all that I'm a banker, so all of that is in fact true.
There was an incident that happened to me where my channel got deleted.
I want y'all to hear this
I don't
bullshit.
need to get into why.
No, I want y'all to hear this bullshit. And I'm like, hold on, why don't you want to get into why? Because that's what I mean about context, right? Because when you tell a story, you got to tell the full story. You can't tell pieces and parts and little bits and pieces that you want people to hear if you're going to tell a story. If you're actually going to tell a story, tell the full story, or I'll tell it for you. Now let's continue.
I don't need to, rehash all of that. But, one of the very first people to actually do a video about it and make it content and give an opinion and an assumption about why and how the channel got deleted was T-Pre.
Yeah.
And, it's funny that now she talks about, don't punch down on people and, don't beat people while they're down. But, that was a down moment for me. I had lost my channel and everybody.
Nigga, stop it. Okay. I've been telling you way before that channel got deleted that channel was going to get deleted because of the trolling the amount of trolling that you had going on that channel. It wasn't towards me or any of that shit, but it was everybody else that you were trolling back and forth in the sector. I knew your channel was going to get deleted because it had been deleted prior to that. And prior to that, you have had about 5 or 6 channels taken from you. Let's not pretend that you haven't. So I gave you advice on that as a friend prior to that, and you were ignoring me. You got to the point where you were feeling some type of way about me saying something about it. So I stopped saying something. I stopped talking. And then when your channel got deleted, I was like, see, look what the fuck happened. Your channel actually got deleted behind the fucking trolls. And you know that's fucking true. You can say whatever you want to say, tell us whatever you want to tell us, but at the end of the day, every single time your channel has been taken, it's behind either trolling or it's behind you trolling somebody else and you doing it going too far. That's literally what has happened. Everybody in the sector knows that. So again, this is a prime example of the extra sensitivity when it comes to me, even though I've already told you about this shit ahead of time. So context means everything, son. Okay. And yes, you definitely should have been saying exactly why your channel got deleted. Okay. Because that has everything to do with this story. So don't just try to tell this story like, oh, T-Pre was picking on me. No, bitch. Everybody was telling you about that fucking channel. And then your channel's been deleted again. Motherfuckers done use my thumbnail. The thumbnail I use. They don't use my thumbnail and rehash that thumbnail for the 2nd and 3rd times that your channels have been deleted since that time that you're talking about a couple years ago. Now let's go ahead and let you go.
He thinks it's just so funny for, people that actually create content and spend hundreds of hours creating content for free.
What did I think was funny? Not one motherfucking time in that video that I did on you getting your channel deleted did I laugh. Did I make any jokes? None of that shit. I was straight motherfucking serious and straight to the motherfucking point and telling these trolls about themselves and telling you that you should have listened to that shit. That's what the fuck I said. So what the fuck you mean? I think it's funny and I think it's this and that and you just making shit up as you go along like you always fucking do and like you've been doing these past few weeks. And I've been calling you out on and others have been calling you out on and every woman that calls you out on it, you want to talk shit about them. But let's go ahead and continue.
This is volunteer work. I don't always get paid to do videos and live streams. I do want to thank God.
I appreciate
and thank the ancestors, Allah, Osiris, and
everybody hit the like 25 people in the clouds.
Because even though I've been deleted and demonetized and deplatformed and all of that, you guys continue to support me financially. And I truly do appreciate that. I don't have to be monetized to have support from the sector. So when my channel got deleted, she ran to YouTube and she started giving an opinion about why she thought my channel got deleted. And she said, you know, you were
Here go
doing too
these
much on.
here go these sensitive ass niggas again about content creators creating content. Okay. And again, that was a very hot topic at the time. I want the sector to go back and remember that shit. That was a very hot topic at the time when your channel got deleted, along with the other 5 or 6 channels that have been deleted since then. Okay. So again, and no, I'm sorry. That was like the third time the channel had been deleted by that point. Okay. So like, at what point do you learn from that? Are you going to now blame me because I spoke on it? Like, what are you talking about? Other people spoke on that shit too, but you ain't got no beef with them. It's just me. You fell out with me over that? No, sir. I want you to remember what you really fell out with me over. And please don't make me try to do a chronological test on this, like actually go back and look for the content and all that stuff. Because Shaquem, you have been on other panels talking about this stuff, and I'm going to tell you what it was. You fell out with Flacco a long time ago. Everybody was on the same page. It was me, it was you, it was Ghost, it was Flacco, it was Darrell, and it was multiple others. We Unlock, LV, you name the people, they were on this fucking squad, okay? And when you and Flacco fell out, Red, everybody, okay? When you fell out with Flacco, okay, you one by one started falling out with every single one of us as well, including me, okay? And that is how me and you fell out, and you started putting my face on a dog and talking all this shit. That shit happened before your channel got deleted. And when your channel got deleted is when I really started amping up and saying, yeah, now you see exactly what I was trying to tell you. You were mad, getting mad and feeling some type of way because I was telling you your channel's about to get deleted because you got all this bullshit going on in this chat room. And it ended up happening that way. And then when you came back with a vengeance. But you had already felt some type of way with me because I wouldn't denounce Flacco and I wouldn't take your side over Flacco. Let's keep it fucking real. And everybody fucking remembers that motherfucking shit. And please don't make me pull up the motherfucking receipt, sir. Since you don't want to remember and you don't want to rehash this. But again, this is a prime example, sir, of you telling stories that you don't want to tell. You don't want to tell the whole story, but you're going to go and open your mouth and tell the sector parts of the story and not expect somebody to come back and fill in the fucking blanks. The fuck is wrong with you? Now let's go ahead and continue.
On your channel and blah, 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 blah. And she had no idea why my channel got deleted. But, you know, from that moment,
you sound like a pussy.
That is when I cussed her the fuck out.
No,
and put her face on the dog.
Fucking lying. No, sir. You were doing that shit way ahead of that. Man. I need to go back and just give y'all some sector history on that shit. Nigga, you was talking shit about me, Darrell, Ghost, everybody that was cool with Flacco. You had a fucking problem with them. Literally. I was the last one to fall out with you. But you did it, and then you were going live and talking shit about everybody, and your channel ended up getting deleted. I said something about your channel getting deleted, and you went ham after you came back on live. That is what happened, Shaquem. Stop acting like all of a sudden I just went live and was talking about you and your channel, and then all of a sudden you just felt some type of way, and then you just started going live and talking about me. That's not what happened, sir. That ain't what happened. But let's go ahead.
I was tired of all the barking, you know?
What are you talking about, tired of all the barking? Exactly. You were tired of me telling you the truth about yourself. You were tired of me and everybody else, Darrell, everybody else, telling you that you are full of shit and that you need to stop coming for this nigga. That's what we were telling you. And you didn't like that shit. We were telling you and him that. He was the only one that was smart enough to back off from your dumb ass. You the one that kept going for years. You just recently stopped talking about him. Recently. And you still try to every chance you can get. But nigga, you was doing live stream after live stream after live stream. Every single live stream, you would put somebody else's name in the title, and you would talk about him for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking hours. You would be drunk on live. You would be getting high on live, doing all that motherfucking shit, all while niggas trying to talk you off the ledge. That shit went on for months, Shakim. Months, years. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like, you need to really go back in the realms of your brain and remember your fuck shit during that time and how many people were telling you about it. And you didn't like that people were telling you about it. That's how you and Darrell fell out. That's how me and you fell out. That's how you and Ghost fell out. The fuck are you talking about? But we're going to go ahead and let you go, princess.
It's like, how does a person speculate about a situation they have no information about? Nobody knew why my channel got deleted except.
So you went through all those emotions because I said your channel got deleted? Do you hear how childish you sound? Do you hear how like little kid like you sound? Like you're really this upset over me saying, hey, Shakim's channel got deleted. This is what caused you this much anger? No, you need to really look into that and figure that shit out. Okay. You really do.
That me. So that was the very first time we had an issue. All right. And that led me to also have an issue with her because
that's exactly how that shit was, because that's exactly what that nigga said. You remember. See? The sector remembers. The sector don't forget shit. Okay, Shakim? Yes, honey. You said I gave my heart to Flacco. Yes, sir. That's what you were dealing with at that time, that your channel got deleted, okay? And when me and when Darrell and when Ghost and all of us were trying to talk your bitch ass off the fucking ledge. This was all during the time where you was saying dumb ass motherfucking shit all around the sector, doing all kinds of dumb fuck childish shit all around the sector as well. So there's a lot of people that were distancing themselves from you too. And I was trying not to, okay? I was trying not to. But you were the one acting like a fuck nigga, okay? Calling CPS on motherfuckers, doing this, calling the police, doing that, doing the most in this fucking sector, saying that you gay for pay, all this motherfucking shit you was doing. Niggas wasn't really fucking with you. And I was actually still fucking with you. And I was trying to tell you, I was a fucking moderator. I was trying to tell you, man, you got to let some of this shit go. And T-Pre, no, I feel some type of way towards you because why are you telling me this, but you won't say that to Flacco? I'm like, I do say something to Flacco, but he's not here right now. I'm talking to you. Oh, no, I can't fuck with, like, you had a problem because I would not denounce Flacco. And you know that shit's fucking true. Say whatever the fuck you want to say, but you know that shit's true.
Criticizing my behavior, constantly criticizing how I ran my show, constantly criticizing what I do.
See, y'all hear him? I was telling him about doing the most as he was going off on Flacco every damn day for hours at a time. It was destroying you. The whole sector was watching you destroy yourself. Literally. As a friend, I was absolutely saying something to you about that.
But when it came to Flacco, it was silence. Like,
see, guys? Now, see, I don't even have to, like, make any of this shit up. It was about Flacco. It was not about your channel getting deleted. It was not about me talking about your channel. Literally, Shakim, you had beef with me because I would not denounce Flacco. You wanted me to completely turn my back on Flacco. You wanted all of us to completely turn our backs on him. And with the ones who would not do that, you literally fell out with. Oh, one by one, you did it. one by one. And the whole sector is here to remember that shit. So I don't know why you think you can just get up here and tell a story and it's just going, everybody just going to believe you because you said it. Like, nigga, I'm going to need you to remember what the fuck you be saying and then, you know, take some notes on what you be saying maybe, you know, if you're not telling the truth. That way you can go back and look at them notes and be like, oh, yeah, I did say that. Like, I'm going to need you to do that because this is like several lies we done caught you in one day. Like, let's go ahead though. On 2 videos though.
Flacco could just do whatever he wanted. And Flacco was actually doing more egregious shit than I did. But
what? Nigga, you was doxing that nigga. You are the reason we know his name is Miyagi Toka. You are the reason that we know that. You are the reason we know he lives in Minnesota. Okay, you are literally the reason. We know exactly where he lives at, what the apartment looks like inside, what school he went to. We know all this stuff because of you, sir. Damn sure not because of No Jumper. Okay, just to let No Jumper know, y'all niggas ain't had shit on Shakim Ra. I'm just telling y'all, that nigga is the one that doxed the fuck out of Flacco. We know Flacco's mama's name, Flacco's papa's name. We know Flacco's dead brother's name. We know all of that shit behind you, Princess Shakim. Okay? You, sir. Not anybody else but you. Now, let's go ahead and continue.
She never had any, words for Flacco. She just always had criticism for me. So that was the very first time we had an issue.
So again, I always had criticism for both of them, right? We would all be on different panels together. And I know y'all remember this. It was several times where we would all be on different panels together and we would all be talking. We would all be talking and one or the other would be on the panel, right? So Shakim might be on the panel already or Flacco might be on the panel already. One of them would start going in on the other one. And then the other one would jump on the panel and it would go on for hours, them two going back and forth, just back and forth for hours. This went on for months in the sector, okay? Until finally some of us started stepping in and trying to step in and say something and try to get them to quell the beef and stuff like that. Actually, I can tell you exactly where this fucking beef started. It started on LV's show. Shout out to LV. The debate of the fucking century was Flacco and Shakim. They had a debate and Shakim lost the debate. And he felt some type of way about losing that debate. He really did. They ended up having another debate. And I think it was another debate. And he lost that debate too. And Shakim literally just was done with the whole thing. And them niggas have not gotten along ever since then. That's literally what this started over, was a goddamn debate, LV. And ever since then, they were just literally going back and forth. It wasn't no one was doing worse than the other or any of that. It's just at one point, Flacco just stopped doing as much as Shakim was doing. Flacco literally just went cold turkey and stopped fucking dealing with Shakim altogether. I remember him saying, listen, I'm not even going to mention his name. I don't want nothing to do with him, and he literally did that. Shakim is the one that kept going with it. Now, I do admit, Flacco was given the appearance that he was showing up at his house and all this other stuff. But keep in mind, this was after a damn near a year of Shakim doxing this nigga, Shakim going live every single day, all day, talking about this nigga day in and day out, new thumbnail here, this there, that here, this is what his mom name is, this is what his apartment looked like, this is where he lived, this the school, this the girlfriend, who's the girlfriend, every single day. He was obsessed with Flacco, okay? Even though Flacco, so at some point you get tired of a motherfucker keep disrespecting you and keep coming for you every chance they can get. They should have let that shit die when they tried to make up, they tried to make peace, and Flacco was like, fuck that nigga, I don't want nothing to do with him, he dead to me. ever since he said that, like at Shakim, you know, you should have just been like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this alone and fuck it. I don't care. But that's not what you did. You felt really in your bag about him saying, fuck him, he's dead to me. And you literally have been on a campaign ever since then. You've been going off on this boy, and anybody that would defend him or anybody that appears to defend him, it was like the chat police. If you were in his chat, if you were even talking to Flacco, if you said hi to Flacco, he had a problem with you. That is what Shakim was doing. Now, he wasn't doing that with everybody, okay? I get that. But I'm talking about people that really talk to Shakim behind the scenes, people that really, you know, email him, call him, you know, send money, different things like that. Those people are the ones that he really fell out with and really felt some type of way about, okay? Ghost, I don't know if they were talking so much behind the scenes, but since him and Flacco were so close behind the scenes, I believe that has a lot to do with why Shakim fell out with Ghost the most, okay? Because Ghost was, you know, really defending Flacco. And so was Darrell, okay? And so was I, but I was not really, I was trying to be neutral between both of the men. And Flacco was cool with that. Shakim was not. He wanted me to choose, like pick a fucking side today, literally, according to his fucking music. That's literally what he wanted me to do, and I wasn't doing it. Nigga, I'm not getting ready to pick you over him. I ain't fucking neither one of y'all. What the fuck I gotta pick you over him for? That doesn't make sense. Both of y'all are content creators. I don't have no beef with him or you. Y'all two beefing, that's y'all problem. What that got to do with me? But you literally wanted me to pick a side, and I wasn't doing that. And that is why you fell out with me. So keep it the fuck real and stop playing games.
Eventually, we got over it. We moved past it a few months later, and we moved forward, or so I thought. So come, let's say, I want to say this was like either March or April of 2022. T-Pre, you know, reaches out to me and asks me, you know, am I interested in doing a podcast? I'm like, you know, sure.
So, Samba, that's not actually true. Like, well, I think you just heard my expression just now. I'm probably a little late coming to the comments, but that's not true. He actually, I was giving pushback to both of them, literally giving pushback to both of them. But how many times do you keep coming after somebody? Like, imagine if, like with me and you, Samba, imagine if I was just coming after you every single day. I was just making live stream after live stream after live stream after live stream after live stream about you. Okay. And me and you used to argue. We used to, you know, go back and forth. And then we finally stopped going back and forth. Okay. And, you know, we get on a panel and we say, you know, okay, I say, listen, I'm over it, but you dead to me. I'm not fucking with you no more. Right. You would just move on. You know what I'm saying? Like a normal person would just move on and say, okay, if I'm dead to you, I'm just fucking dead to you, right? Move the fuck on. You just go on with your life. You ain't got to go back and try to figure it out and be upset and cry and be all in your feelings. This nigga literally said exactly what Defrauding put in here. I gave my heart to this man. That is what he said in response to Flacco saying, you're dead to me. I don't want nothing to do with you. Okay, like, leave me alone. You done looked up my dead brother. You done looked up, you know, my family. You done doxed where I live. All this other stuff. Leave me the fuck alone, bro. Okay, and that's literally what he was saying. And Shakim couldn't take that shit. So Shakim continued to go on and on and on and on every single day for months at a time. Okay, so what am I supposed to say to Flacco if he finally claps back after 50,000 times that this man done came for him? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I need y'all to have full context of this situation and what was really going on with that situation. It wasn't just every now and then, you know, Shakim would talk shit about Flacco and then Flacco would talk shit about him. No, it was months at a time. Just an obsession with Flacco. You could see him. Some of these videos are still in the algorithm. No Jumper has been sharing some of those videos lately. And it's just been going on. It was going on and on and on and on for an extended period of time. Okay. And finally, Flacco clapped back at that ass. And when he claps back at him, Shaquem expects all of us to be like, no, don't you do that. No, don't be like, what the fuck? Like, you've been picking at this nigga for months. What do you think he's supposed to do? You lucky that's all he doing. For real. So, yeah, that's why, like, I hear him saying, you know, he expressed that he felt this way, you know, because I was criticizing his actions and allowing, quote unquote, Flacco's misdeeds to slide. That is not true. When they were all together going back and forth, all of us were saying something back and forth to both of them. Like, come on, y'all. Do y'all really got to do this today? Come on, y'all. Leave this shit alone. Come on. You're like, I might not jump down Flacco's throat or jump down Shakem's throat directly, but I would say, come on, y'all. Let's change the subject. Or come on, y'all. Let's talk about something else. I've often done that shit. I did often say something to Flacco about his character and about the shit he was doing. He just didn't get all extra sensitive and feel some type of way and start putting my face on a dog and shit. He didn't need to do that. Shaquem does that because he's so extra fucking princess-like. Shit. Okay, so let me read some more of these comments and then we're going to go ahead and listen to a little bit more of this video. You said, I actually thought Shaquem won both debates. Okay, well, according to, well, I mean, I hear you, but according to LV, the LV show, Shaquem lost both of those debates. So, and Flacco actually won the debates. So you said they kicked his ass, lit the good guy, like the good guys, like David Ruffin and the Temptations. He cried like Paul in the car. Temptations forever. Papa was a rolling stone, wherever Lee word. That's exactly what he did. That is exactly what he did. Yep, Fargo remembers. Okay, what's up? Make a change. All right, listen, we're gonna go ahead and continue with this silly ass princess video.
Tell me more about it. And so she says, you know, this is Breaking's podcast, but they want to bring on a third person, and she just kind of laid it out as like a very serious thing, as something that would be great for all of us as far as our careers.
Now, y'all remember what the Zoom call said, but clearly both of these silly ass bitches never watched the Zoom. So, I mean, they're fucking idiots, and they both have a copy of the Zooms in their possession. They don't even have to watch them on my channel. They can watch them from their own computers. Dumbass.
And I had listened to her talk about it, and the way that she talked about it, she described it as, quote, a life-changing deal. Like, this was such a huge deal, right?
But again, Shaquem, why are you acting like you don't recall having that same conversation with Breaking the Culture of Silence on Zoom? Like, why are you acting like you don't recall all of this all of a sudden? Like, do I got to play that again? I just played some of it earlier where you asked me to show a receipt. Remember?
Hey, you know what? Why the hell not? Let's do it. And everything was a go. Now, I get to New York and we're having a good time. And the only person that actually, you know, showed me a good time was Breaking while I was in New York. When my card got declined due to me being out of state.
That was her host. She was the motherfucking host, you fucking idiot. What the fuck are you talking about? Breaking was the one that was the host of the whole show, the host of the whole trip. So yes, she was the one that was supposed to accommodate you. However, you are very aware of the fact that you didn't even have to come. Okay, you already know that. The sector knows that too. So we're just going to let you go into this.
Never not once did T. Pre reach down in her purse and say, you know what, I got this because I have been drinking all night. And
nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? Show evidence that I was drinking all motherfucking night, that I was fucked up, and that I reached down in my purse. Why the fuck would I reach down and pay for anything for you? You a grown-ass motherfucking man. The fuck? Listen to this goddamn princess feel some type of way because I wouldn't reach down in my purse and pull out my credit cards and pay for your drinks. Nigga, have you lost your motherfucking mind? You got me fucked up. You damn right I didn't. You damn right I didn't.
Hennessy on the rocks, 1738, you name it.
No, sir.
T-Pre
Nope,
never
nope, nope, nope,
offered to pay
nope.
for.
Not gonna let you lie. You just lied again. Nope, nope, nope. Even Breaking the Culture said what I was drinking. I literally had 2 drinks at that restaurant. One was before we left, and one was when we came back. It was 2 Hennies on the rocks. That was it. I don't even drink anything else if I'm out. So what the fuck are you talking about?
For a goddamn thing. And yet she invited me on this so-called business trip. She's the one that told me I needed to be there so that we could film. This was
So y'all, this is how bad this nigga lies, okay? Because all of y'all have seen the Zoom calls with me, Breaking the Culture, and Shaquem, how he was fully aware of who was supposed to travel, when he was supposed to travel, why he was supposed to travel. Like, how many times do you get caught in lies in one day, sir? How many times do you need to be caught in lies in one day? Like, everyone has seen these Zoom calls with you, okay? The only Zoom calls you were on, everyone has seen.
Was all because of her invitation to me. And
do y'all hear this man gaslighting you niggas? Do y'all hear this man lying to y'all?
So I leave New York.
Even though y'all watched the Zooms with him and Breaking the Culture, breaking all this shit down to him.
I go home, continue to live my life. Months go by. We never filmed. We never had any follow-up plans. We never even did any audio shows. So eventually, it got to the point where I just had enough. And it had nothing to do with Dee Rail. She really tried to make it seem like Dee Rail got in my head. And it's just like,
you know what? This is what we about to do. Since we are doing the receipts today, I'm going to go ahead and upload that fucking text message so y'all can see that shit for yourselves, because I still got that text message from him. So let me go ahead and finish playing this while I'm pulling that up.
I'm not easily manipulated. People cannot get inside my head and under my skin. I don't understand how she didn't learn that yet. But either way,
nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
I was upset with her and Breaking equally because they had set this up to the sector. If y'all hadn't introduced this to the sector, I wouldn't have nothing to say. But because they had introduced this to the sector, they wanted me to go live and, let everybody know I was in New York. And they had made all of these promises to people that follow me. I was very upset. So I went live and I went off about the contracts. I went off about the lack of business planning. I went off about everything because it was already like May.
Nigga, you went off about signing some contracts that you didn't have to sign without having them looked at. You should not have had them contracts signed. You should have had them looked at. You should have done something about that, and you chose not to, okay? And so now this is where the fuck you are, okay? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about this whole thing about, whatever the fuck you just said. But at the end of the motherfucking day, nigga, you did not have to sign them fucking contracts. You chose to sign them contracts, and that's exactly why the fuck you was feeling some type of way. And I do understand because, yes, we should have been filming. We should have been doing much more. But you're well aware, like everybody else in the sector is aware of why we weren't filming, okay? We weren't filming because Breaking the Culture, we could not pin this bitch down long enough to film. You know this. But I can, like I said, I get you feeling some type of way, which is why I came to you months ago and apologized for that shit. I came to you and acknowledged that shit. I came to you and I took responsibility for that. But that's never enough for you. Like, taking responsibility for something and acknowledging what the wrong in a situation is never enough for you. Literally, that's one of them JW traits you got. Let's go ahead and continue.
No, excuse me. I went out there Mother's Day, and by like June and July, nothing had been done. So it was always an excuse with T-Pre and Breaking they were always like, it's just a lot going on in our personal lives. We got a lot going on. Breaking has a lot going on. CPS was called on Breaking. T-Pre said her children got sick. And it was just always an excuse as to why our business was not getting done.
Yes, my kids caught COVID like I did last summer for like a week. But what does that have to do with anything else? At the end of the day, Breaking the Culture was the one that was talking about Daryl Moore was stalking her kids at school, and Daryl Moore was stalking her, and she had the ATF at her house protecting her, and she had Homeland Security at her house protecting her, and all this other stuff. And Let Me See Your Transcript was calling CPS on her, and all these things were happening. This is why Breaking the Culture wasn't filming. So what the fuck are you talking about? Yes, my kids got COVID and I got COVID once last summer. That was one time out of all the other times that Breaking wasn't available. Hello. Let's continue.
So I went the fuck off, and T-Pre and Breaking decided to go on a campaign against me, which is
what? Nigga, no. We were trying to defend ourselves, yes, but it wasn't a campaign against you. You were on the fucking campaign, idiot. You see, listen to this nigga fucking gaslight us like this. Like, do y'all hear this shit? Like, this nigga has, like, we don't know. Like, the sector that wasn't there. Like, we don't know what just happened.
It's fine, because at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Beautiful Bernice.
So I appreciate you. What did they do with their campaign?
I appreciate you.
They tried to paint me as a gay cokehead.
The saga continues.
That didn't stick. They tried to paint me as a broke, nigga with no money. That didn't stick.
How about that?
And essentially,
the only nigga in the sector to ask to have a measurement contest of his motherfucking DIC. Okay. He told Binary to whip it out, and he gonna whip it out, and they gonna do a measurement contest on this shit for research purposes. Man, let's go ahead and continue with this princess bullshit. This nigga is such a princess. It don't make no goddamn sense.
Actually, they tried to blame me for their business failing.
What?
That didn't.
No. Now, Breaking the Culture definitely tried to blame you for the business failing, but I never did that. Show evidence of that, sir. Show evidence of that. And it's funny because me and you did a video on this. We did a couple of videos on this that are still up they're still up. I have not taken these videos down. I don't delete these videos. It's you and Breaking the Culture deleting videos. It's y'all two deleting videos so y'all can rewrite history. But I still got all of that shit. All of that shit, honey. None of this shit is been missing. Everybody can go back and listen to this shit, and they've already listened to it.
Stick. So I let them say whatever.
Do you ever tell the truth about anything, or you just lie just to be fucking lying? Because, nigga, we're going to start keeping count of how many lies you done told today, okay? You done told so many fucking lies just today alone in the video right now and in the video prior. It don't make no motherfucking sense, son. But we're going to go ahead and continue.
Whatever they wanted to say. T-Pre claimed she had all of this receipts on me and that she was going to release it on Patreon.
No, not T-Pre. Breaking the Culture and T-Pre. And as a matter of fact, I got that email too. Where Breaking the Culture sent me pricing for what we were going to put on the Patreon. Okay, not me, Breaking the Culture. So I'm going to show all of that during this video.
So I said, go ahead, release the motherfucking Patreon because there's nothing you have on me. So put it out. And what did she do? She never put it out. She lied to the whole sector, told everybody she had all these receipts on me, never dropped it. Said she would send me a copy of it, never dropped it.
Nigga, the copy and the receipts was the fucking Zoom call, son. That is what we were going to put on Patreon, was the Zoom calls that I have already released publicly. And I've also given you a copy of. So what the fuck are you talking about? You don't have a copy of that. I'm about to show that too, that I actually sent you a copy of these Zoom calls. Since you telling the sector you don't have a copy of this shit. Okay. Yeah. That'll be another lie you caught in.
Breaking said she would send me a copy of the meetings. She never sent them, right? So fast forward to December of 2022. I've been minding my business for another 6 months.
Let's not forget about Black Double Petridge Farm, okay? Yeah, we're not going to forget about that. That was also for research purposes, right? But let's go ahead and continue while I go ahead and upload these receipts.
I have not mentioned Shot Into the Void, but somehow it keeps coming back up. T-Pre reaches out to me and she asked me, would I like to talk to her offline and have a conversation? So I said, sure. So that conversation was her pretty much apologizing and saying that, she was sorry for how things turned out and that she actually agreed with how I felt about everything. But that at the time, she was so busy trying to, munch on Breaking's carpet that...
Nigga, don't do that. No. At the time, I was trying to save my own reputation. And I was trying to help her do the same. Okay. But I must admit, there's a lot of things that I said I saw too. And there's also, I didn't want this stuff public. It should have never been public. You could have had these conversations with us privately. The same way that things didn't work out with this Lifetime deal that you thought is the same embarrassment that I had. And I still had to go around the sector and still come around and hear the trolls say that shit and everything. And that didn't mean I had to go and spill all the beans and jump up online and tell the sector all about Breaking the Culture and how she lied to us and how she did. I didn't have to do that because it wasn't public information. It is not everybody's fucking business. That's why. But this is, again, a prime example of I must be validated by the sector. So I'm going to have to, because the sector was aware of us doing this podcast, now I have to give the sector a full explanation of why we're not doing it. Instead of, guys, it didn't work out, we moving on. Why couldn't it just be that? You made it into all this extra shit. And I was not going to do that. But I absolutely had that conversation with Breaking behind the scenes. Even after you went live, I said something to her about this fucking shit and how you were right. But we and you were beefing at this point because I was pissed off that you would go live and talk about this instead of talking to me. Of course I'm feeling some type of way. What the fuck is wrong with these bitch ass niggas? But let's go ahead and continue.
She had to double down and she had to attack me for optics.
Nigga, are you kidding me right now? This is what I'm talking about the fucking gaslighting. You never had to go live and talk about this with the public, just like you're doing with Nikki right now. You are the one that's choosing to go and give full details because Breaking the Culture dropped one motherfucking gem. Now you done gave them the whole bank. You done gave them the whole jewelry store. All because she dropped one motherfucking gem. And you didn't have to go and tell that full story. Then you got other people jumping in and telling their part of the story and what happened to them and how they sent money. And this is crazy. And you blaming all of that on me. It don't make no motherfucking sense how you don't take no responsibility for your motherfucking actions and the shit you do. Because at the end of the day, sir, you are responsible for that. You chose to go live and talk about something that should have been worked out privately. Period. You don't understand that when it comes to anybody and anything. You did this with me, Photon, Nikki, now, everybody. Anybody that did any type of dealings or business with you, you literally have fallen out with them publicly about it and spilled every fucking thing that happened. Who ain't gonna feel some type of way about that? And then try to add new narratives and new stories and put new shit and new spins on stuff. And me and Breaking wasn't gonna let you fucking do that shit. Lie on us. Because half of the shit you were saying wasn't fucking true. But what we were saying was true. But we never showed the actual evidence of the Patreons because, like I told Breakin', that shit actually corroborates what he's saying. And it did. So let's go ahead and continue.
To quote unquote protect her brand that doesn't even exist. Okay?
What are you talking about? My motherfucking brand, Black Lounge, absolutely exists. My motherfucking name motherfucking exists, my guy. Now, a shout into the void, we were trying to build that bullshit. It never built. We never got it up off the ground the way we were supposed to. But yes, that is a brand, sir. And I still have a brand to protect. This is why I react to your bitch ass. This is why I don't let you niggas just say whatever the fuck y'all want to say. Because I have a brand to protect. Just like you do, Princess.
So I said, okay, you know, I accept your apology, whatever. Let's try to move on. Let's try to be adults here. So every day, T-Pre would ask me to call her. Like, I'm not kidding.
No,
like,
please show the evidence. Nigga, please show the evidence of me asking you to call every day. I'm about to go ahead and just pull up our text messages. Because, nigga, you done lost your motherfucking mind. The fuck are you talking about? Please show that.
The text messages. Every day, this woman would ask me to call her. So I did. And we would talk,
Everybody's obsessed
very heavily.
Everybody is obsessed with this bumpy face motherfucking nigga. Like, is he kidding me right now? I'm begging you to call me. Nigga, get the fuck out my face. If we was talking about some shit going on online or some shit going on with YouTube, we might be like, yo, call me. Or, yo, I'm going to call you. Or you'll hit me up and text me and be like, yo, this is such and such. And I'll be like, yo, call me. Don't act like I'll be like, hey, Shakim, please call me. Oh, I can't wait for Shakim to call me. Like, nigga, you is not that guy. Like, I really need you to stop it, okay?
For hours. You know, I guess that was her way of like trying to rebuild a relationship with me. And we hadn't been talking that long. Like, we literally started talking like December, the first week of December. And her and Breakin' were already having issues. Little did I know. And little did the sector know. But it made sense because Breakin' had not put out.
But see, that makes sense. Nobody knew. Little did you know, and little did the sector know. That means none of us were going out leaking that bullshit to the sector. We were not running around talking about that shit because we needed to be validated by the sector, at least not yet. Anyway. So you just proved my motherfucking point, nigga. Like, really.
The photo shoot photos. Breakin' was not doing any podcasting with T-Pre. Like, Breakin' just was not fucking with T-Pre. She just wasn't.
No. We've already proved what happened with that situation. It had nothing to do with Breakin' not fucking with T-Pre, because Breakin' wasn't fucking with you. That's what she said, okay? That's what she publicly said. Let me go ahead and pull up these goddamn screenshots, because what we're not going to do is just keep doing this and keep talking this bullshit with each other and just keep saying a bunch of stuff and, you know, we don't know what we're talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and play a quick timer for y'all so I can go ahead and pull this shit up. Make sure that y'all are hitting the like button. There are 50 of y'all in the clouds. Make sure that y'all are hitting the like button. And again, I am going to get right back to you guys, but I want to pull up some of these receipts because what he's not going to do is just lie. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is an actual video or actual email that I showed recently. So it's not a big deal to show this. So let me go ahead and show this real quick. And this is a video email that Breaking the Culture sent to her, and Sometimes I Get Carried Away. We're talking one day on June 22nd, which was roughly around the time that Shakem had went live talking about the void. Okay. So let me go back a little bit because last time I kind of read this out of context, and this time I want to read it in context. So, okay. Okay, so Breaking the Culture was telling on Wednesday at 12:11, this is when she sent this. And then at 12:21 is when Sometimes I Get Carried Away sent her a reply. Okay, so this is what Breaking the Culture originally said about this. She said, "Hey girl, basically this is what happened. T-Pre hired Shakem. She made it clear that," hold on, let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, yeah. All right. She said, "She made it clear that he was her employee because I didn't even want to work with him at first because I didn't want all this to happen. I agreed knowing he was her responsibility. Shakem from day one never gave us travel plans. He would show up to the Zooms late, did not pay attention to the one time we did record with him. We told him from the door if he came and wanted a place to stay, he needed to get his travel days by a certain time. He never did it. The day before they were due to arrive, he canceled at 10 p.m. We did not know until the day of that he was coming." I'm going to read that again, and I'm going to also highlight it. "We did not know until the day of that he was coming." You guys, Shakem said he got paid, and when he got paid is when he bought his plane ticket and got his hotel. Literally, that is what he did. You said, then let's go ahead and continue. It says Shakem signed his contract. We didn't make him. He did not pay for anything for me and T because his card declined. I ended up paying instead, and he and Photon did not reimburse me at all, on top of me cash apping him for my drinks he was paying. He didn't even give me that back, knowing I paid the bill, girl. He knew he didn't have a shoot with us. Let me read that again. He knew he didn't have a shoot with us. And that was because we had told him ahead of time, okay? It's all on my community tab, which she has since deleted. He let the Sector's TV troll him, and boom, here we are. It's stupid, but hope this helped clear things up for you. And then she went on and sometimes said something else to her. And then her response to that was, this was Breaking the Culture's response, okay? Now, as you can see, Sometimes sent this at 12:35, and she sent at 12:31. So this is actually the second one after she sent this response. So then she says, he literally begged me. He was literally begging me to record with us up until the day he made that video. I told him to ask T-Pre, but she wanted to fire him or just use him sometimes, which he knew. So she even said it herself on her own show. Photon didn't pay for anything. Shakem paid for him, and when the drink bill came, his card had declined, so he didn't even pay. I did for everyone there. T didn't count. T did not count because she was my guest, and my dude made sure she was good with us the whole time she was there. He came to New York because he wanted to stunt on D. Darrell and Flacco. He knew he wasn't going to work with us in New York because T told him he wasn't. because he waited till the day of. Shakim isn't rich by any means. If he made what he says he does, he wouldn't have complained about the price of the rooms. Check my wall. He stayed in a shitty hotel in the projects of Manhattan, like Stop, Sir. He wasn't lied to about anything. He thought he could paint me out to be a liar, but couldn't. Also, I even tried to find out what his real issue is, and he says I lied. I'm like, about what though? Like, huh? So this is coming from yours truly, breaking the culture of silence herself, okay? Like she said, she didn't want to work with you. You, sir, okay? Not me, it was you. And this was after whatever you're talking about. This was after May. This was in June, okay? The end of June at that, almost July, when she sent these messages, okay? So, Shakim, I'm going to need you to get some shit straight with that. I have another receipt that I'm trying to pull up, and for some reason, I can't get it to come onto the StreamYard, so I'm going to have to email it to myself. So bear with me just another moment, guys, while I get that up real quick. Let me go ahead and play another quick one for you guys while I pull that up, because I just don't want to be all quiet while I'm doing that. So bear with me just a moment. Literally, I'll be like a minute or two. All right, guys, let's go ahead and pull this up real quick. Let me go ahead and present this file, because again, we are about the motherfucking receipts. You don't just get to say whatever the fuck you want to say around here. That's not how this works, Shakim, okay? So what I'm going to do is pull up my inbox. Okay. All right, so let me make sure you guys can see that. All right, so this is actually a copy of me and Shakim's conversation the day of June 19th, 2023. Okay, 2022. So let me go back to that real quick, because I really want you guys to understand the context of that conversation. Because, like I said, he keeps trying to say it had nothing to do with D. Durrell. It had nothing to do with Flacco. It had nothing to do with any of this. Okay. But on Sunday, June 19th, 2022 is the day, that Shakim went live talking about a shout into the void. His own words was, He said, hey, T Pre, what's up? This was on Monday, okay? He said, this was Monday, June 13th. He said, hey, T Pre, what's up? I said, I'm about to call you in a bit. He said, okay. And then on Sunday, June 19th, which was the day he went live, he said, go watch. This was at 8:38 p.m. He said, go watch Darrell's last video. This is what I was talking about. I feel like I wasted thousands of dollars to come to New York because she didn't have a plan for this podcast. On top of that, there's still not a plan, even after I signed a contract. And now it's making me look bad. So, again, Darrell, when I went back and watched Darrell's video, and everybody can go back and reference Darrell's videos from those dates, okay? Darrell was dragging the fuck out of Shakim. Him and Darrell have been falling out and back and forth and going back and forth and fighting back and forth. And this is why Shakim went live on me and Breaking the Culture, because of what Darrell was saying to Shakim Rob. Now, tell me I'm motherfucking lying again. Because again, sir, this is coming from you. This ain't from me. This is what you've said. This is your words. Now, let's go ahead and continue with your bullshit, where you acting like, you know, it was a whole bunch of stuff that was being said.
And so once Breaking stopped fucking with her, then she came crawling back to me. But I didn't know this at the time. In the midst of all of this, I started putting two and two together about Nikki. Okay. What? I started to realize that Nikki was not a good person and that she would lie, make up stories. She would, you know, manipulate people with money. She would lie about her circumstances, her marriage. She would literally just lie flat out in your face and not think twice about it. And expect blind loyalty from you at the same time. So I had to cut Nikki off because her energy was becoming toxic. In my chat, on my channel, privately, it was just becoming a lot. In the midst of me cutting Nikki off, I would talk to T Pre almost every day. So it would come up, you know, things that were going on with Nikki, because Nikki was having a breakdown every other day. And Nikki would send, you know, anonymous packages to my home. And a lot of times I would just be venting, like, you know, out of frustration. Like,
so again,
I just wish this lady would.
That's a great example of you claiming that I done shared everything you told me with Breaking the Culture of Silence. But Breaking the Culture has literally only dropped one thing to you that I shared with her that you've told me. And that was the fact that you and her aren't getting along and that she owed money to you. That was the only thing that I told Breaking the Culture. I've never told her anything about the strange packages, none of that stuff. So why is it that you are making such a big deal of the conversation that I had with Breaking the Culture to the public? Like, I don't know why you're doing that. Because when I talked to you about that and I told you what I said to her, you were literally okay with that. And you understood and you were like, oh, okay. Because it's not like I was talking shit about you. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like I was like disrespecting you or anything like that. And if I was, tell her to say what it was. What did I say? Or what did I say? Like, she can't tell you what I've allegedly said except for what you already know. But the more you speak, the more she's like, oh yeah, T Pre told me that too. Yeah, T Pre told me that too. And that's because you keep dropping beans. You literally keep spilling the fucking beans. Nobody is telling you and making you tell this fucking story about Nikki. You're choosing to do that. You're choosing to. We'll continue.
Being so crazy. Like, I just have never dealt with this level of crazy from somebody that I'm not having sex with.
Boy, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, you talking about Nikki? Oh, okay.
Now, if I'm having sex with somebody, then I have to deal with that craziness, okay? And I'm willing to deal with it. But, you know, there's no need for all the theatrics and the dramatics for somebody that I'm not sexually involved with somebody that I'm not related to, somebody that I don't have any dealings with outside of, YouTube. So it was just so much baggage
What's up,
that I
Phil?
felt
Salute.
like I was in a whole relationship and didn't even know it. So yes, I did vent a little bit to T Pre about Nikki one day. And I told her about, when I traveled to Nikki's house and how I was shocked that it was empty and that there was no food. And I was just shocked. I was just shocked about, the lies that I had caught Nikki in, and that she thought everybody was just so dumb that she could just lie to everybody about her marriage and just everything. And she just,
But see, those are literally things that you leaked to the sector. Like you leaked the whole thing about the bed. You leaked all of that stuff. I had never told anybody about that shit. These were things that you were telling the sector. You were so gung-ho on saving your reputation and making sure that nobody thought anything. The sector just approved of you so fucking much that you started telling all of these details. And as you were leaking more details, Breaking was just picking that shit up. She was picking up all the motherfucking crumbs like, yep, oh yeah, T Pre told me that too. Yeah, oh yeah, T Pre told me that too. Like literally that's what she been doing this whole fucking time. And you've been falling for that. You have literally been falling for that. Like it's crazy. No, nobody knew about any of that shit except for when you started talking about it.
would lie to our face, like, and not bat an eye. I was just shocked that
you just lied to our face 1,000 times today. We shocked, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all, we're not going to go through this whole video. I might have to do another portion of this later because we are supposed to get on LVs. But really, I'm kind of fucking drained. I'm not going to lie. Because who wants to keep going over this shit with this nigga? Like, what the fuck really do we need to debate about? Like, what do we honestly need to debate about? I don't know. I don't understand.
This woman was so bold with her lies, like, and her lifestyle never matched her mouth.
And you clearly the same way. Like, you have lied so many times tonight and like this past few minutes. It's ridiculous.
So yes, one day I told T Pre, that I went to Nikki's house. It was empty, no food. I just vented and told her all my thoughts about Nikki one day. Little did I know that she would run and tell Breaking all of this information.
No, I did not.
So her and Breaking start going back and forth,
not.
back and forth, back and forth. Breaking puts out a kink list, about all of T Pre's kinks. And T Pre is going back and forth saying Breaking sucks dick in a dungeon. And it just got uglier and uglier and uglier. Till one morning, Breaking was saying that T Pre was a bad friend to me and Nikki. So T Pre kept saying, prove it. Say it. Say whatever you gonna say. And Breaking's like, are you sure? Are you sure? T Pre was like, say it. Say it. Say it.
Really,
say
really,
it.
really, nigga. You're just like, oh, really? You sure? You sure you want me to? Like, that is not how this conversation went. Me and that bitch was arguing, nigga. We was going back and forth with each other, okay? And yeah, I was like, well, what the fuck you talking about? Yeah, if I'm not a friend, I'm all this stuff. What you got? And she fucking said what I fucking shared with her. I really didn't expect her to do that. I ain't gonna lie, but she fucking did. Okay, it is what it is. But I also, she definitely had to put that shit in context and say why I told her that story. And then also, I really did share a lot of things with Breaking about how I did feel about some of the things that Nikki was going through. And she was also aware of that. She was aware of the fact that I didn't want to hurt Nikki and that I knew Nikki was really going through a lot of stuff. She knew that. I didn't share with her everything Nikki was going through because guess what? She'd be able to share that with Nikki. she'd be able to tell Nikki what. But Nikki, I don't know. Nikki, unless Nikki has spilled all the beans of what me and Nikki have talked about, and now Breaking is doing the same thing that she did with Shakim, pick up all the crumbs and say, oh yeah, you told me that. She told me that too. Yeah, she told me that. Like, y'all dummies are going back and talking to this bitch. Like, that's on y'all. But at the end of the day, I know motherfucking well she can't tell y'all that I've actually said this, that, or the other. She cannot specifically tell y'all what I've specifically said other than what I've shared with y'all I said. So again, I'm not understanding where all this you so angry and so upset about. Like, what are you upset about?
And that's why I titled this thumbnail False Bravado. Because that is exactly what she does. Like, T-Pri has a very loud mouth, but a loud mouth does not equate to courage.
The fuck has that got to do with the price of tea in China, my guy? Like, here you are again, equating your life to women, trying to, like, what the fuck is really good?
Obviously, the louder a person is, maybe the weaker they are. Because the sun doesn't make any noise.
So again, son, I am a female, okay? You are a man. If you want to view me as weak, I'm okay with that. If that's what you feel that I am, that's fine, okay? Why are you comparing yourself to me? That's what I don't understand. You are a man, okay? You need to get around some male energy and compare yourself to them and stop being concerned with what is happening with me and what is happening with me as a woman, my sex life, how I make money. Like, all of that stuff is irrelevant to you, okay? If I'm weak in your eyes, so be it, okay? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because you saying it is not making it true, okay? You wanting it and wishing it into existence is not making it in bringing it actually into existence. So it doesn't matter what you think. If that is your opinion of me, so be it. But that doesn't have to be everyone else's opinion. And this is what I was trying to tell you earlier. And this is what I tried to tell you the other day. Just because you want to be in your bag and be a little bitch ass, pussy ass nigga and be in your feelings over these petty little, catty little, stupid little dumb shits, then that's on you, okay? But everybody else in the sector literally does not have to feel the way you do. This is exactly what you did with your obsession with Flacco. You thought everybody else in the sector had to feel the same way you felt. And so you went on campaign after campaign after campaign after campaign after campaign, fell out with people because they were telling you how obsessive it was. And now here we are today with the same type of behavior, the same obsessive compulsive behavior. So do you? As a matter of fact, like, I might or might not get up on that panel because I don't need to talk to you. What do I need to talk to you for? Whatever way you feel is how you feel. So be it. I am not your friend, as you said. I'm not your girlfriend. I ain't never been your girlfriend. I'm not your cousin, your sister, your auntie, your uncle. None of that motherfucking shit. I'm not your mammy, your pappy. None of that shit. So it's really irrelevant how you feel. If you feel the way you feel, move the motherfucking other way. Because that's what the fuck I'm going to do with you. Move the fuck around your motherfucking ass. That's just all it is. But at the end of the day, you don't get to just make up shit and say whatever you feel like it, and then I don't drop receipts on that bitch ass. How much more of this do we got? Because this is a whole lot of talking you did, and it was like a whole hour and some change. Like, what else do you have?
I'm relaxed and chill. And, we're going to see how it goes. Somebody said, that's not powder, it's Tussie. I'm weak out here. Not Tussie.
The chat ain't shit.
You are ashamed?
Boy, you just keep wanting me. You keep trying to tell me what I feel. Listen, bro, I'm done with this whole thing. At the end of the fucking day, okay? At the end of the motherfucking day, this is what you decided to do. You do this with everybody, princess, okay? Literally, if you fall out with somebody, you don't know how to be a man and come to them and have a conversation. I'm gonna take that back. I'm not gonna disrespect you like that. You don't know just simply how to come to people and have a conversation. And that is what you need to learn how to do. All this extra shit and this every day, you want to try to tear the women down and tear them down and tell everybody how terrible these women are, how awful. But you keep finding yourself in the mix of all these women. You. What other men are doing this except you and G Gates ass, which I'm gonna get to him in just a second. Let me go ahead and talk to G Gates for a second. I really ain't got much for G Gates ass, but I do got a little something for him. But Shakem, at the end of the day, it is high time for you to grow the fuck up, my guy. Okay? Like, aren't you gonna be like 29 this year or some shit like that? Like, I'm gonna need you to grow the fuck up at this point. You are almost 30 years old. Okay? You've been living on your own for some time. You ain't got no kids. You don't have no, maybe it's time for you to actually find a family. You know what I'm saying? And find something to do with your life. Because clearly you have way too much time on your hands. Because guess what? Yesterday, it was 2 other bitches on your motherfucking thumbnail that you was talking shit about. Today it's me. Tomorrow it's going to be somebody else. Because you always got a problem with a fucking woman, with a fucking female. And you fall out with these females like you're actually a female. Like arguing with you is like arguing with one of my girlfriends. Like real nigga shit. It's like arguing with my sister or something. For real, like one of my club sisters or some shit. It don't make no motherfucking sense, the feminine energy that comes off when me and you are going at it. I'm going to need you to fall the fuck back, okay? Like I said, I'm going to think about it. We got about a half an hour. I hate to mess up LV's show, but nigga, this is a waste of my time. Having a conversation with a soft-ass, bitch-ass nigga like this. It don't make no motherfucking sense how soft you are. And how, like, having a simple conversation with you is almost impossible. It literally is. You make a small little subject a big-ass, complex, major situation. It's like that JW syndrome. That's how them JWs are, man. I'm telling you, they will make one little mountain, one little molehill into literally a mountain. And it doesn't have to be this complicated. Just you go your motherfucking way and I go mine. There's niggas in this sector right motherfucking now that have either blocked me or I blocked them. And I don't see any fucking thing that they say or anything that they do. Do you understand? Because I don't give a fuck. If I don't fuck with you, I just don't fuck with you, right? Even if I see you in the chat and you might be talking to your friends and saying, I ain't got to say nothing to you. But every time I come to a chat room, literally, here you go with the, don't trust T-Pre, T Diddy, like, bitch, shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down. Like, real nigga shit. Like, I'm so sick of you acting like a whole hoe. Real shit. Even me and Breaking the Culture aren't going back and forth no more. Like I said, I can't stand that bitch. I'm pretty sure she feels the same motherfucking way. But at the end of the motherfucking day, we grown, nigga. We moving the fuck on with some shit. Both of us are parents. We got shit to do. You understand? Like, even if she's a half-time parent, she's still a goddamn parent. Okay? And so am I. We got shit to do. I know you're not a parent, but you actually have shit to do. And if you don't, you're going to need to find shit to do. Because this shit is way too fucking feminine for me. I don't know what's happening with you, bro, but literally, this is why I really don't even fuck with bitches like that. On some real shit. Because me and bitches will argue back and forth. Women will argue with each other. We're catty. So there's very select people in my life. Women that I trust, women that I support, women that support me, that in real life. I'm not talking about on YouTube. Okay? And the reason is because women are just like that. This is what we do. We gossip. We talk shit about niggas, talk shit about bitches. This is what the fuck bitches do. You want to be a female so fucking bad. You want to do what the fuck the bitches do. And that shit ain't going to fly with me. I'm not about to entertain this whole feminine energy you want to have. If that's what you want to do, find somebody else that want to entertain that shit. But no real woman like myself is about to sit around here arguing with this bitch ass nigga for a fucking hour. Get the fuck out of here. I can sit on my motherfucking channel and get paid for an hour and just react to your bullshit. So praise to the gods that you actually made a stupid ass video that I can sit up and talk about. But again, sir, you literally sat here for the past hour and a half gaslighting the fucking sector over lies and over bullshit. And I'm able to prove you lying. Like, I can show your text messages. I can show emails from Breaking. I can show all the actual evidence of what really happened. I don't have to make shit up. I don't have to lie about shit. I don't have to do none of that shit. And I refuse to sit here arguing back and forth with a pussy ass nigga. Grow the fuck up and grow some fucking balls. Maybe I would have enough respect for you to actually sit and have a conversation with you. Or grow a pussy, and then I can have a conversation with you. Because you got to pick a side today. Literally. Because right now, I feel like, why the fuck am I arguing with this heterosexual nigga over acting like he's a like he's a bitch? Like he's a fucking femme. This is ridiculous. Allegedly heterosexual. But I will say this. In my anger of you trying to talk about my child, I most definitely did say some fuck shit about you having taken HIV medications. That was some fuck shit. But that was in my motherfucking anger of you talking about my son, who I take care of every motherfucking day. And I would go to war and die for. That is why I think any mother would do that shit. But anyway, I know how to self-correct. And I know how to be honest. And I know how to be real. But what I fucking refuse to do, like I told you the other night, is take fucking responsibility for your bitch ass. Because guess what? You are not my son. You are not my responsibility. I don't have to fix what your motherfucking mom and your fucking dad should have did. I don't have to fix that. That's not my motherfucking responsibility. So now if they haven't done it, then it's your responsibility to fix yourself. Because literally for the past few days, you have been on a campaign trying to tear down every single woman in this sector that you got a problem with, and then gaslight us and act like it's our fault that you're doing it. How fucking dare you, bitch? Pull your motherfucking britches up. Pull up your fucking boxers around your motherfucking nuts, bitch. And get on your motherfucking grind as a motherfucking man. And leave us bitches alone. We can argue and catty and be catty and kiki and kaka and show kink lists and all that shit about each other. We got this. Me, Breaking the Culture, Nikki, Eyes, we got this. We don't need your help, son. So step the fuck off and become a fucking man and leave me the fuck alone. If you don't fuck with a bitch, you think I'm so fucking low, you think I ain't shit, you think I ain't this, you think I ain't that, leave me the fuck alone, bitch. Period. You ain't got to talk to me. You ain't got to, when you see me, matter of fact, block me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to block you. There you go. Then you ain't even got to know when I'm around. And you can talk all the shit you want to everybody you fucking want, and I ain't even got to fucking know. And it's not going to fucking matter. Ask Ray Triggs. Ask Chad T. I blocked them niggas a long time ago. I don't even know when they're in the chat room unless somebody puts it up on the screen. You about to be the same motherfucking way. Because it really doesn't fucking matter, son. That's all I really got for you. I love you too, We Unlock, and I appreciate you being in the building. You said, remember, it was supposed to be a peace treaty on a neutral panel. I understand that, but I don't owe that nigga that on some true, real nigga shit. I do not owe this nigga a motherfucking thing. Let him live off in his little la-la land of forever victimhood. It just doesn't matter to me. At the end of the day, this bitch-ass nigga needs to grow the fuck up. Period. I'm sick of him acting like a fucking victim and not acting like a fucking grown-ass fucking man. I'm sick of him acting like a child and acting like everybody is supposed to coddle him. Period. I'm not doing it. If y'all do it, that's on y'all. It won't be me. Respect, very perspectives. I appreciate you being in the building as well. Salute Pills. I appreciate you as well being in the building. Defrauding, I appreciate you coming in. And the beautiful Bernice, of course, I appreciate you as well. Craig Beats and Make a Change, I appreciate you. Alan, as always, I appreciate you coming in as well. And everybody else that's in the clouds, Samba Clean, always being in the building. And I always appreciate your expertise on these conversations. I know that we get on your damn nerves as a therapist. I know we get on your damn nerves. Well, girl, I'm not about to do that shit, y'all. I'm almost 45 years old. You understand what I'm saying? I done been there and done that in life. Done did this and did that and been there where I did try to prove this and prove. I'm not living like that no more. I don't give a fuck. So whatever his reality of me is, he can live in his world by himself with that reality. I don't have to go back and forth with him, make that content, debate, do for what? For what? He doesn't like me. I don't like him. Okay, move the fuck on, right? That's just what it is. But what you're not going to keep doing is lying on me. And I can just show the evidence of what that is. I'm going to come around. I'll probably come up on the panel because I'm not going to just leave LV like that. But what I'm also not going to do is debate with this bitch ass nigga. Fuck him. And that's on God. That's on everything. I ain't got time for that. But I absolutely do love you too, bro. And listen, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the show because LV is going to be going live in about 25 minutes. So I guess I got to come over there and talk to him. But I'll be damned if I debate with this bitch ass nigga over this shit. Like, you are a bitch ass, lying ass nigga. Like, period. You make up shit as you go along. Whatever you're feeling that day is what you'll go with. Okay? And that's fine. I'm fine with that. But I ain't got time for your shit. This shit's draining. And like I said, you're not even one of my kids. You their kids. They should have helped you with these emotional issues that you got. Not me. What the fuck? So anyway, I'm going to holler at y'all later. I absolutely appreciate y'all for being in the building. Shout out to y'all. And we will see y'all over on the other side in LV's show. I am coming over there, guys. But I refuse to get up and argue with this nigga on that panel and debate back and forth and all this fucking bullshit. I'm not doing that shit, man. Period. That shit is draining and I ain't got time for it.